So the spoilers have come out for chapter 7 of Boruto TBV Vortex, and I won't lie, this chapter seems fire. According to a lot of the leakers, they call this chapter a 10 out of 10. So let's just dive into it. Before we even dive into it, first I have to say it again, I won't be showing any of the spoilers, especially with what happened a few weeks ago. Maybe it was a few days ago, I don't really remember, but there were people arrested for spoilers in Japan, and they have been taking this stuff a lot more seriously lately, so I won't be any of the people risking a strike or anything. Maybe next chapter I'll try to do the usual, put red over it so that you can't really see what's going on. Maybe I'll try doing that, but for this chapter especially, I will not be taking any risk. But let's just dive straight into it. The cover is Mitsuki, and some of the text is not really posted out right now. I have to drop this video quickly before I dip out for other endeavors. So we'll just dive in without knowing what exactly the title is, but you will later find out, or I'll just post it in a community post. So the cover is Mitsuki, and I won't lie, this cover, I don't want to say it's my favorite, but it's really looking like it might be my favorite cover. I love the background. I don't know if this is water or something else or some snake scales. I really am messing with the cover. We got Mitsuki looking elegant, and if you pay attention, you would notice that we have all the Team 7 covers. All the Team 7 members have gotten a cover, and the addition of Hima. So I really like this addition. We have Mitsuki who finally got his cover, so he's definitely going to be involved in this chapter. And we start off the chapter with a flashback. Mitsuki has a flashback of everything that is going on, and he continues to think about his decision and what he wants to do regarding Boruto. We know that he was affected by the omnipotence because he is not an Otsutsuki, and for some odd reason he doesn't have the immunity like Sarada and Sumire. And we literally see Mitsuki charging at Boruto. I really like the background here. Everything looks fire. We have Mitsuki who tells Boruto to prepare to block, and Boruto seems calm, elegant, doesn't really care. We all know that Boruto is going to win, but we want Mitsuki to put up a solid fight, something a bit intriguing, something cool, and this is what we seem to be getting because with the text spoilers that came out earlier, it seems like this fight is going to last a minimum of 32 pages or 20 plus pages of just straight fighting, and there's some flashbacks here and there. And this is something that I predicted. I literally told you guys that we were not going to be getting a second part of Boruto versus Mitsuki after their few exchanges that they had in chapter 6, and then we have another chapter where we have Mitsuki and Boruto fighting again, that the fight was going to be quite long, maybe not last the entire chapter because Boruto is just that strong, but it would be a fight that would take up the majority of the chapter, and this is exactly what we hear right now. A lot of the panels we just see Boruto dodging a lot of snakes. Some of these snakes look very big, and Boruto uses a lot of different jutsus, his flying Raijin, and then he gets behind all of Mitsuki's attacks, and Mitsuki has to circle around and go and try and pursue Boruto again. Boruto's a bit surprised that Mitsuki attacked him, but Mitsuki's like, yo, you're my opponent. We all know what you did. We know that you killed Naruto and Hinata. We know that you were trying to kill Kawaki, who is the son of Naruto. I don't know why you are confused that I was trying to kill you. I don't know why you're confused that we're fighting right now. But Boruto doesn't seem too affected. A lot of people thought that Boruto might be like, yo, why are you fighting me? We're supposed to be a team, this and that. But Boruto clearly understands the situation and continues moving on and continues to fight Mitsuki. Mitsuki explains why he wants to defeat Boruto, and Boruto begins the process of convincing Mitsuki by saying stop Mitsuki. So we're going to be seeing the process of Mitsuki realizing that Boruto is truly who he says he is. Boruto is not this criminal that he is being painted as. He's not the one who did Naruto and Hinata dirty and backstabbed the leaf that protected him. This is not what is happening right now. Mitsuki continues, and he feels like Boruto is toying around with him. Boruto should be taking this fight a lot more seriously, and he's kind of pissed that Boruto is toying around with him and just talking. Mitsuki tells Boruto, stop talking and let's just punch it out. This is very interesting right here, and I really like the dialogue that we have here. We have a Mitsuki who is kind of mad, and we have a Boruto who is holding back because obviously he doesn't want to go and kill his friend, and all these different actions that Boruto is committing right now, Mitsuki's gonna be like, yo, this doesn't really match up with the memories that I have of you. What you are doing right now is something that I would feel that Kawaki, the son of Naruto Uzumaki, is the one who is supposed to do it. But Kawaki doesn't act like he used to act in my memories. Something is going on right now, and we're going to be slowly seeing Mitsuki going back and be like, yo, I really think that there's something wrong with my memories, and this is the process of Mitsuki joining Boruto's side, and this is what we are currently seeing right now. They continue to fight, and we have some very interesting panels right here. We have Mitsuki, who uses clone techniques to attack Boruto. This is not some simple clone techniques. I thought it probably was illusions, but we literally see all of the clones spawn a minimum of 2 snakes, and they're all charging at Boruto. Boruto is on a tree, you feel me, a bit like a monkey. Boruto continues to dodge Mitsuki's attack without countering or doing anything like that or fighting back. He just tells Mitsuki that, yo, you're destroying the environment, and all of this must be starting to annoy Mitsuki, because he's like, yo, why aren't you trying to fight me? Why aren't you trying to kill me like you tried to kill Naruto, Hinata, and Kawaki? What is happening right now? In addition, we continue to fight, and we see Boruto using his shuriken jutsu. He fights back versus Mitsuki. We have Boruto using his shurikens, just like he learned with Sasuke in the trainings that they used to have in Boruto Part 1, as we've seen in both the movie and the anime. I really love that they have Boruto using shuriken. We know that shuriken is predominantly used by the Uchiha. They love to use their shuriken jutsu, especially with Itachi with his Phoenix Flower jutsu. So I really like that Boruto is using his shuriken. I really love the panel where we see Boruto slicing multiple clones at the same time with just one swipe. I really like the perspective drawing that we have there, and the fight overall, it really looks dope. Mitsuki uses his lightning style ability. We're seeing a lot of things. This fight is actually like a proper fight. This fight is actually a proper fight where we get to see a lot of Mitsuki's abilities. I don't know if all of these abilities are only Sage mode oriented, and those are the abilities that he awakened because of his Sage mode, or these are just abilities that Mitsuki has in base, but they are heightened because of his Sage mode. I personally think that the clones has to be a Sage mode ability with the snakes, but I don't know about the lightning style ability that Mitsuki is using. But at the end, Boruto finally puts the nail to the coffin, and we have him put his sword at Mitsuki's neck, signaling that the fight is over. However, Boruto doesn't try to kill Mitsuki, which is also very interesting, and Mitsuki's like, yo, you're going to have to be serious if you really want to fight me, but Boruto doesn't try to fight Mitsuki. All of this is adding up. All of this is inconsistent for the memories that Mitsuki has, and it is all messing with and it seems to be messing with Mitsuki at the current moment. And we have Boruto, who, because he didn't kill Mitsuki, Mitsuki ends up wrapping him with the snakes yet again. But Boruto is calm. He is not afraid, and he doesn't really see Mitsuki as a threat, whether it is because he sees Mitsuki as his friend or just because Mitsuki isn't strong enough to do much to him. And then we have Mitsuki, who actually has a flashback, and he says, I am the moon floating in the darkness. I cannot emit my own light. That's why I need you, Kawaki. But to him, things are not adding up like his memories are supposed to be. And just for those who are wondering how exactly Boruto can just zip around and go behind Mitsuki at all times using his shurikens, it is more likely that Boruto's kunais have some special tags that allow him to use the flying Raijin to zip around. For those of you guys who don't really understand what is going on, and you don't understand why Boruto is able to zip around from here and there and go around Mitsuki and all of that. So because of time constraints, I have to dip off soon. I'll just wrap up and tell you guys what happens at the end of the fight. I don't necessarily have the spoilers since the full spoilers are not fully out, but due to the text signs that we have gotten from Ray, we know that the conclusion of the fight between Boruto and Mitsuki is where Mitsuki ends up trusting Boruto and sees that there is something going on. When the full chapter comes out, we will fully understand how this ended up going on, but right now we all know that the outcome is Mitsuki and Boruto. They end up fighting for around 32 pages, which is pretty good. Mitsuki lasted 32 pages, even though Boruto was holding back. But we also have Mitsuki, who ends up trusting Boruto due to everything that he has seen. And this is one part of the chapter that is cool to me, that is interesting. But I don't believe this is the most interesting part of the chapter, because we go back to the Shinshu and we go back to their dimension that they are currently in, and we have Hidari, who does appear according to Ray, and they're still on that path. They're still thirsty for knowledge, as we literally see Jura literally reading a book. He's reading a book trying to find out information. I don't know exactly what the book contents are about, but you guys probably will find out throughout the rest of the spoilers. But But while he is reading the book, he actually uses some claw marks according to Ray. And what is also very interesting is that he mentions Naruto at the end, saying something about Naruto and how he's trying to find out more information about Naruto and potentially go to the leaf and finally put the nail to the coffin and go get Naruto. Obviously, in this chapter, we have Kawaki who wakes up. A lot of people were saying, oh no, Kawaki used a shadow clone. He's not actually put to sleep, but that's not the truth. Mitsuki packed up Kawaki pretty quickly, and we have Kawaki who ends up waking up next to Ida and Damien. And this is the major parts of the content of the chapter, and it's going to be very interesting to me. And it's going to be very interesting to see what ends up happening. We have Mitsuki who now trusts Boruto. What is he going to do? Is his anger going to be amplified to a whole different level where he now wants to deal with Kawaki himself? That is a possible scenario. Or is it going to be something completely different where Mitsuki and Boruto end up teaming up and they're like, yo, you just have to keep going down the way you are right now. Do not try and do anything to Kawaki. You simply aren't strong enough. We're going to come back to this moment. I'm not worried about omnipotence right now. The true danger is the Shinshu, and that's what we have to worry about, because the Shinshu, they are about to make their move. They are learning, they're reading books, which is quite interesting. They're able to use claw marks, so it means that they still have some of Ko's DNA. But what's quite interesting is that, as I said, Jira is reading a book, but if you pay a close attention to who reads books, it would be Jigen / Ishiki, because Ishiki is the one controlling Jigen's body. So it all goes back to point that maybe Jira is actually a clone of Ishiki. There also is a possibility that he's a clone of Kawaki, because they have similar poses. I'll show you a picture right now. The poses are similar, but I believe that Jira reading a book just like Jigen did is too much of a hint for me to think it is Kawaki. I am now leaning towards Ishiki or Tsuki. Some of you guys may complain and say, oh, Mitsuki, how is he now able to trust Boruto? The plot is moving too fast. We have a lot of content that is going to be discovered. Not everybody in the village is going to find out the truth. The people who know right now are Shikamaru, Amato, and Sarada, Sumire, and now Mitsuki. It's not a lot of people. Maybe Ino knows now. I don't know based off the translations. So you guys don't worry about that. Boruto is not going to end anytime soon. We have a minimum, in my eyes, of 3 to 5 years. That's what I personally think. But if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I'm out, bruh.